And welcome to day 15 of our reading plan. We finish off Job with chapters 40 through 42. I love the way that this starts out. Chapter 40, verse 1. The Lord answered Job, "Will the one who contends with the Almighty correct him? Let him who argues with God give an answer." And Job this whole time has been saying that he would correct God if he had the opportunity, right? If I could, I'd stand before him and I'd make my case and I'd do the thing. And now God's calling him on that. And Job's not going to do it. Verse 3, Then Job answered the Lord, "I am so insignificant. How can I answer you? I place my hand over my mouth. I've spoken once and I will not reply. Twice, but now I can add nothing." And then the Lord answered Job from the whirlwind, "Get ready to answer me like a man. When I question you, you will inform me. Would you really challenge my justice? Would you declare me guilty to justify yourself? Do you have an arm like God's? Can you thunder with a voice like his?" And then he goes on, "All right, you have the right to do this and to judge me if you can personally take care of all wickedness and all unrighteousness and everybody who's an evildoer. If you can handle that on your own, then you can come back and challenge me." Obviously, he's not going to do that. And then God says, "And look at the two greatest things." He talks about Behemoth, and then in chapter 41, Leviathan. Look at these two great beasts that have these two massive creatures. Maybe it's just giant squid or something and an elephant, but he describes these two massive creatures and says, nobody can even take them down. Nobody could fight. He said, if you try to take on Leviathan, that would be a battle that you would never attempt again. Chapter 41, verse 10. No one is ferocious enough to rouse Leviathan. Who then can stand against me? Who confronted me that I should repay him? Everything under heaven belongs to me. He's like, I made stuff that is too powerful for you to even comprehend. Who are you to speak against me? I'm the only one who can even stand up to these things, and I made them. Everything is under my control. So it comes to the end, chapter 42. Then Job replied to the Lord, "I know that you can do anything and no plan of yours can be thwarted. You asked who conceals my counsel with ignorance? Surely I spoke about things I did not understand, things too wondrous for me to know. You said, 'Listen now, and I will speak. When I question you, you will inform me. I had heard reports about you, but now my eyes have seen you. Therefore, I reject my words and am sorry for them. I am dust and ashes." Faced with an accurate picture of who God is, a little glimpse of the full big picture here, Job says, you know what? I had it wrong. I had no right to speak against you. I rescind my claim that you were unjust, that there was anything wrong with the way that you have been. I submit to you. The Lord restores everything that Job had lost, multiplied over. Even having all this restored, some people have a problem with, especially the fact that his children died. It is tragic, but we've also established that the Lord didn't necessarily do this to him, but he did allow this to happen, and that Job's children were pretty rowdy. And Job would offer sacrifices just in case they'd sinned in all their partying. But it doesn't seem like they were very repentant in the midst of that. There's a bunch of different ways of understanding all of this, but one thing that kind of stands out is that in restoring everything Job had lost, including his children, it names his daughters. Now, his children aren't named in the beginning of the book, so maybe these are the same kids. Maybe he's naming them after the ones that he had lost. Maybe he's renaming the ones that had been resurrected. As I look at this, there's something in having lived through everything Job did. And it's the same reason why there's something for us in this. The lesson for us in this is not how to avoid this type of calamity. It's to trust God through all of it. After Job had prayed for his friends, the Lord restores his fortunes, and all his brothers, sisters, and former acquaintances come to him and dine with him in his house. And this is chapter 42, verse 11. The second part of it says, "They sympathized with him and comforted him concerning all the adversity the Lord had brought on him. Each one gave him a piece of silver and a gold earring." They came to console him. Even though all this had been restored, it didn't erase or undo everything that had happened. And I think that's the thing for us, is walking through life with scars. We live in a fallen and broken world. We are fallen and broken people. And it is the Lord's faithfulness and goodness through and in spite of our adversity that proves his goodness and makes him worthy and makes our salvation worth it. So that's from the end of Job, that's my takeaway. Life is hard. It's full of tragedy, pain, and adversity. And yet the Lord is good in all times, in all things. Like Job says, even if he slays me, still I will praise him. And in the end, very end of all things, we'll be with him. So let's trust in him now and forever. That's the book of Job. Thanks for joining us on this. Catch you for a return to Genesis with tomorrow's reading. Keep at it. Be rad for Jesus.